Go.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to show just the basics of putting up a frame. So, oh, wait a minute. The thing to remember is if you feel any type of resistance, then you have a problem. So you just want to kind of pull it apart. We call it fluffing in the business that we came up with. So you just throw it all in the middle and just feel it to make sure nothing's caught. And then you pull it apart a little more. Fluff it some more, make sure everything's okay. And then over here it's caught. You can feel it's caught, so you just make sure, because that's really the risk, is that you don't do it too quickly so we don't tear the background, which is the flag. What happens with our other 9 states, sometimes Legionnaires or VFW guys will show up and want to help, which is fine, but they'll grab one of these frames and they'll start pulling it apart, and the risk is that something's going to get torn or broken. So with Texas as large as it is, you're going to have to kind of keep your eye on your helpers. But anyway, so you get it all out, and then it clicks by itself. So all you have to do is just push down. When you hear it click like that, then you know it's good. And all you have to do is set it up.
Probably want to make sure that these yellow clips are connected as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't get locked in all the way, so you just want to give it a push to...
Yeah, just make sure as Ben said, that there's a good connection. Now, when you take it down, the only thing you have to be worried about are the yellow clips. Some of the frames have 2, some have 4. So all you have to do is just pinch the yellow and just separate it. See that? All you have to do is just separate it and go to your other one, or you could have 4. Some of these frames are different. And just separate it like that, so it's not hooked together. And then what I always do, I always look to make sure, because that's how it can get broken. And these frames are pretty expensive. So then what you do, you just grab hold of it, and then you just have to pull on it, because it's designed to come right down, just like an accordion.
Right here are magnets that connect it all together. You'll see them at all these places throughout the frame, but by pulling on it in the center, you're going to separate the magnets and the frame will just collapse on its own.
Excellent. All right, watch this. And down it goes. That's all there is to it.
And that's where we started, and you would just put it in the bag to transport on from there.
Bag. And our Nebraska exhibit has been on the road every week since January 2nd of 2011, and has been put up every week since, and it's booked every week the rest of this year. So it's been put up and down dozens and dozens and dozens of times. So they're a high quality frame. So really the only thing you have to worry about is when you set it up, fluff it so nothing catches as you pull it apart, and then it'll click. And
one add-on to that real quick is the model we showed you here only had the top layer, but on some of the Texas models you'll have fabric on the bottom as well that could also get caught. So you want to make sure that both are
That's a good point. Yeah.
Both are not getting caught when you're setting it up.
On your bottom row, Ben's talking about some of the pictures, some of these smaller cloth pictures that will be attached to it. Those stay on each time. You don't take those off. But he's just saying that when you set it up, you have to be careful that those don't catch either. So
if you feel a tug, then something's wrong.
Yeah, if you feel a tug, there's something wrong. So just take it easy. Then it goes back into the bag.
And that's it from there.
Okay, here's your opening banner that goes at the front, and the poles just go into this bag right here. And this frame just sits right here. But this goes at the beginning of the exhibit, and you always put your U.S. flag on the left side and your Texas flag on the right side, or whatever state we happen to be working on. So you put the two sticks together, and then you stick it into the opening here, and then all you have to do is reach down, pull it up, and this is the part Ben's going to get. You hook it on there like that. Let's do it again. Comes up and just goes onto that lip. All right, now you unhook this connector right here. Just unhook that, and then you just pull it up. It's a little tricky because you kind of have to use kind of both hands. Just pull it up as far as it'll go, and then you hit your connector right there, and that holds it.
And you'll want to make sure that all the text is displaying on the front, so you know you have it up all the way.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't get pulled up all the way, so just make sure it goes all the way. Now this is kind of, it's a little cold here in Nebraska, but that's a little bent. But that's what it looks like when you get it up. And then when it's time to take it down, keep your hand on it and just undo the connector and let it down, and then take it off the lip like that. Now don't drop it because it can break the roll. So just hold it, just like a scroll. It goes right down, and then you take your pole out and just make sure that you go ahead and close that connector, because if you don't, that pin can fall out on you, which happened to me one time out in the middle of Nebraska at a museum, and I couldn't find the pin. It took me 30 minutes to find it. So that's why I always shut that. And then you just take it apart, stick it back into the bag, and then take the banner, set it in, close the bag, done.
Most important part being when you take down the banner to do it so slowly so that it doesn't break.
Very good.